Alright guys, so the blog drop. We'll quickly go over this, not too much detail because we are going to make Weapon X videos where we're going to dive into this a lot more in depth and theory craft and do everything that we do, right? So, let's just talk about Omega Red and the little bits that are at the end of the blog here. There is a Strike Time video, go check it out. It's very entertaining. But looking at the kit, he is Villain, Global, Mutant, not Tech, Controller, not Brawler, which is great, and Weapon X Legendary. His basic is going to attack primary target and steal 10% life. If that works like Nebula, that's huge. Increases the duration of bleed, slow offense down, primary target by 1. I'm assuming some of that percentile life steal is going to be behind that T4. So you might want to start saving up your T4s. It's probably going to be a heavily invested team. The special, 3 of 3, apply Trauma, which is the opposite of Safeguard. It means you won't be able to cleanse or flip debuffs from your character. So it's going to be very important, you can imagine, for Heroes for Hire matches in particular. Attack the primary target and adjacent targets for 450% damage, steal 5% of each target's max life, bypasses heal block. Apply offense down to primary and adjacent targets, that's huge. Apply speed up to self and Weapon X allies, and it cannot be blocked, which is great, so your deflects don't matter. The ultimate is going to be 3 out of 5, and this is the Heroes for Hire killer. Flip all positive effects to negative effects. Attack primary target, ability block, slow, and heal block, reducing speed bar by 10%. And all other enemies, the same thing, minus the ability block. It's going to steal 10% life from all enemies. So he's stealing percentile life on all of his abilities. He's going to be a gigantic Dark Dimension player. And it bypasses heal block on all of them. The attack redistributes a maximum of 50% of Mega's Red's max life. I'm not sure that matters. The damage from the steal is going to be more impactful than getting that heal, I assume. And in war, apply Trauma to all enemies, and it cannot be blocked. So you're going to flip all the positive effects. You're going to put ability block, slow, and heal block, and reduce speed on everybody, minus the ability block on 4 out of the 5, and apply Trauma. So they're going to be stuck with those debuffs, and you're just going to rip them apart. So, passive, on spawn, apply defense up for 2 turns to self and Weapon X, great. On turn, heal for 20% of this character's max health, that's great. And gain 10% damage up to maximum of 30. So on the 3rd turn, by the time he's about to ult, you're going to just crush the enemy. When this character drops below 60% health, gains speed up and 2 death proof, that's great. He's got a little bit of survivability there. Gains 50% max health, I'm going to drop down here. He also gives Weapon X 50% max health, that's amazing. When any enemy has immunity, Weapon X allies gain 40% crit chance, so if an immunity pops up, you're going to start hitting really hard. On spawn, if this character has 3 or more Weapon X allies, lower enemy damage by 15%. So he's given defense up and lowering damage by 15%. That's definitely going to be locked behind a T4. That's going to be very impactful for the Heroes for Hire matchup. In war, here we go. Fill speed bar by 15 plus 15% speed bar per Weapon X ally. So it's that 75% increased speed bar. In war, on spawn, if this character has 4 or more Weapon X allies, apply Trauma and heal block to all enemies immediately. That's amazing. Now let's talk about what Trauma and heal block is going to mean to those Hero for Hire charges. You're going to drop them below 50% life. They're going to take a charge off on any turn. Then they'll take another charge off on any turn. Then they'll take another charge off on any turn, if it's calling a Misty. And then they die. So it'll be a race to kill somebody before any of that happens. I guess you might start with... I would want to think we're going to start with Shang-Chi. We're going to have some kind of disrupt for Luke Cage. But we'll see when it comes. But here is the super questionable part that might make the charges never happen. In war, on spawn, steal 15% health from all enemies and redistribute to self and Weapon X allies. The Hero for Hire charges work that on spawn, with a certain amount of Hero for Hire allies, if at full percent life, gain charges. So, in the order of operations, is this stealing health going to happen before those charges get applied? Which would mean the Heroes for Hire allies are going to be considered not at full life and not get their charges at all? It's a very interesting idea. We're going to see how it plays out. He gains 200% extra focus, so he's going to land all his abilities, which is amazing. And Weapon X allies gain 15% damage, so that's also great. We're going to see the stat boost on Wolverine Sabretooth. I'm sure the new characters are going to be super jacked up. Omega Red is jacked up in the stats department, so this team will probably be capable of pretty significant punch-ups on Hero for Hire, but I think it's going to be locked behind a lot of T4s. But I will, of course, take that journey for you guys and get it done. Now let's talk about how we're going to unlock Omega Red. Exactly what I predicted, so maybe my source is pretty good. Nick Fury 5, Winter Soldier 5, 3 Secret Avengers at 5. And it's going to be the same as Adam Warlock with this mystic or mythical legendary unlock. All your characters need to build up for 5 stars, 65, ISO level 3, gear tier 12, and then increase 1 for every extra star for Omega Red. This kind of sucks because with Winter Soldier, as soon as you're trying to get 6 and 7 stars, you're going to be having to spend Carbonadium, which you're definitely going to need for Omega Red. Like, everything about him is Carbonadium, so it'd be stupid if they chose something else.
You couldn't have done that earlier. I hate you.
So that sucks, but if you're only getting 5, you don't need to do that, fortunately. And, you know, Winter Soldier kind of sucks everywhere. At least the Secret Avengers plus Fury make a great war team. It looks like they're going to be made farmable in the near future. Well, they didn't quite say that. They said the Secret Avengers will all be made available through additional methods. That might mean a Blitz. It might mean Arena Orb. It might mean, probably not Blitz Orb because they just did White Tiger. War Store, maybe a new event store, whatever they're going to do. They don't say farmable, but they do say made available. So hopefully it'll be enough people to get what they need to at least unlock this character, because Heroes for Hire sucks. And the sooner we can just start trashing them, the better. Here are the additional requirements that we talked about. So you add 1 on each requirement per star level. And that's it for Mega Red. We'll jump into his character kit more when he's released and when we have the full team. He's probably going to be the last part released. And we'll go over it then. So it's going to be very important to have high red stars on him. So start saving your red stars. Yeah, you're probably going to need high red stars on all of them because these Heroes for Hire teams are being built crazy high. So let's talk about the other stuff going on, I guess, this week. Unstable Elements. It's going to be a store similar to Shang-Chi, it looks like. We're going to earn elementary particles via our daily objectives, Blitz raids, arena, and play 3 Isotope 8 missions. You can find even more elementary particles via offers, so you can buy it, right? Hopefully, it'll be like the one that just happened, where we can blitz for, you know, a small amount of them, and we can just kind of get whatever we want from this store every reset. But we'll see how that goes. And basically, it's going to be a store where there's going to be blue ISO and green ISO directly. So I guess it'll be like you'll be able to choose support damage, support armor. You'll be able to do like that to kind of make up for this RNG. Like, I don't know about you guys, my support armor, I have 4 right now, and I'm trying to get 9 for dagger. And I have 30 of the other 4. So I'll be able to like target farm them, which is great. And also T2 and T1 ion orbs. If you're at the end game and you've been opening these T2 ISO blue orbs, you're just going to be buying the ions, because the amount of ISO 8 pieces you get overshadows by a long shot the amount of ions you get to actually upgrade your character. So if you're going to be taking part in this event heavily, I suggest you go deep on the ion orbs for blue. Even if you aren't quite there yet, say you're like level 74, you're not even hitting ISO blue stuff yet, I would still start stocking up on the ions, because if you have that banked, as soon as you start hitting that 75 and you can start putting blue ISOs on your characters, you're going to actually have the ions to upgrade them, which is amazing. After that, we got Adam Warlock coming back, so congratulations to everybody getting him. I assume there's still going to be the Arena Guardians, the Arena Gatekeepers rather, for another at least 6 months. And you're going to want Jubilee and the X Factor at the same kind of requirements that we had for Omega Red listed above. He's instrumental in the Heroes for Hire counter. If you don't have him, you can't counter Heroes for Hire. So keep that in mind. Now for the upcoming blitzes, we have Namor Blitz coming. Cool. Not really cool. Super old character. Let's do better, guys. And then we're going to have this Luminous Blitz. And you can see they had to do a novel for this because they've been causing so much confusion trying to water down their release method for no other reason than Cloak and Dagger have tight connections. Like, they should have just kept it separate. There was no reason to do this. Anyway, so it'll be similar to the Strike Pass, where we're going to get to choose the orb for Cloak or for Dagger. And then it's going to have the same amount of character shards for ranked rewards. However, we're going to get an additional 4 shards for the milestones. And you're going to allocate those to the character you choose. Now, we'll see if they're going to run 2 blitzes like they would on a regular release for characters. They only mentioned 1, but they're also not mentioning the blitzes for next week anyway. So I assume that we're going to get one on Thursday and another one next Thursday, but we'll see. And then bonus and flash events, we're going to get double drop rates for X Factor on the 19th. And on the 24th, we're going to get double drop rates on hand. And, oh no, sorry. On the 23rd, we're going to get double drops for hand. And on the 24th is when the Relic Hunt actually happens. So, get your catalysts. We're going to need them for these new characters coming in, especially if you want to beat these annoying heroes for hire. Alright guys, I will check you later.